Hello students, I welcome you all to my video. I'm Dr.Prajna Mattihalli, Government First Grade College, Dharwad, Karnataka. I have already uploaded several videos on the topic secretarial practice and company management. And in this video, today I'm going to discuss about the formation of the company part 2. In the earlier video, which I have made on formation of the company part 1, I have discussed the first and foremost stage of company formation, that is promotion. And in this video, I'm going to explain you about the second stage, that is registration or incorporation. Okay, friends, I invite you to the video, which is Incorporation of Company Part 2. Registration of company is done by registering with the registrar of company. After taking all the preliminary steps for registration, an application along with the necessary documents, then stamp duty, registration and filing fees, all these things have to be made to registrar for the issue of the certificate of incorporation. The registrar will scrutinize the documents, and if he is satisfied, he will enter the name of the company in the register and he will issue the company its birth certificate, which is called as certificate of incorporation. The registrar verifies the following documents. What are those documents? Duly signed and printed copy of memorandum of association. In my next video or on the videos on the next unit, that is third unit, we are going to discuss in detail what is memorandum of association, what are the clauses of memorandum of association. In the same way, what is articles of association, what are the contents of articles of association. Here, just I would like to give you the brief meaning of memorandum of association. It is one important document of the company, and it explains you about the company and its external affairs. That is, it defines the relationship between the company and the outside world. It includes the clauses like name, domicile, objectives, liability, capital, etc. In the same way, Articles of Association is also one document. It contains the rules and regulations for the internal administration of the company. So, it is also one important document, Articles of Association. List of persons ready to be directors. The persons, their name, their address, qualifications, and specifications, and and all those persons are ready to act as the directors. Information about purchase of shares by directors. As you know very well, if a person wants to become director of a company, he should purchase certain number of shares. It is called as qualifying shares. Why it is compulsory? Because financial investment of a person in the company is very important. When he invests certain amount, when he purchases the shares of the company, when his money is invested, then it shows that he is really interested and he thinks for the betterment of the company. So it is called as qualifying shares. Then comes declaration about truthfulness by chartered accountant. Chartered accountant has to be appointed for the reason that he should give the declaration about the correctness, fairness of the documents of the company. Then, what the secretary does for this incorporation. It is the secretary's efficiency, caliber, common sense that are to be put together to get the registration certificate. He undertakes many activities. Let us understand them one by one. First thing is, the secretary has to see that necessary documents for the registration are getting ready. That is memorandum of association, articles of association, list of directors, and the details regarding the shares purchased by the directors, etc., should be ready. Whether they are ready or not, it is the responsibility of the secretary to look into it, to see that necessary stamp duty, registration charges, and filing fees are paid. All these amount are to be paid by the company. So it is the duty of the secretary to see that they are paid, to ensure that all the requirements relating to incorporation are complied with. What are the works to be undertaken, whether they have done or not. It is the responsibility of the secretary to look about it, to get the registration certificate from the registrar. So when all the amount is paid in the form of fees, duties, etc., when all the documents are submitted and scrutiny will be done, incorporate, that is the registrar of the company will look into it. If he is satisfied, he gives the registration certificate. Then what are the steps and formalities the company has to undertake? Promoters have to take certain steps for getting the certificate of incorporation from the registrar of companies. On hearing from the registrar about the availability of names for the proposed company, they have to prepare the following documents and file them with the registrar of companies of the state in which the registered office of the company is to be situated. Then the memorandum of association, to which at least 7 persons have subscribed their names, each one of them has taken at least one share. In case of private company, the number of persons required to subscribe their names is only 2. And in case of public company, the subscribers to the memorandum are at least 7, because at least 7 members should be there for the public company. Articles of association similarly signed and accept where Table A attached to the Companies Act 1956 has been adopted as the company's articles. So memorandum of association, articles of association are to be prepared by the company. The address of the registered office of the company should be given. This is to be delivered in any case within 30 days of incorporation. A list of directors with their name, address, occupation. The return containing the particulars of the director should be filed within 30 days of their appointment. Consent in writing. Director should give their consent in writing that they are ready to act as directors, and undertaking by the directors to take and pay for qualification shares. The statutory declaration by an advocate or an attorney or a chartered accountant practicing in India, who is engaged in the formation of a company, or by a person named in the articles as a director, manager, or secretary of the company. At the time of filing these documents with the registrar of companies, necessary stamp duty, registration fees, and filing fees are to be paid. The registrar will examine these documents, and if he is satisfied with the documents, he will enter the name of the company in the registrar and will issue to the company its birth certificate, called certificate of incorporation. Then come, friends, let us understand finally what are the secretarial duties. To see that necessary documents for the registration are filed with the registrar. To see that necessary stamp duty, registration charges are paid. Then to ensure that all the requirements relating to incorporation are complied with. To get the registration certificate from the registrar. So all these things are to be done by the secretary, and when all these are ready, we can say that procedure of incorporation is over, or procedure of registration is over. So my dear friends, let me remind you once again that the private company, just after the completion of second stage, now it is ready to do its business. It can start its business. But the public company has to go for next 2 steps. In my next video, I will explain you the third and fourth stages of the formation of company. That is only for public company. So, my dear friends, let me end the video here, and I wish you all the success in your learning journey of the